Hey, good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 1351. It's beginning to feel a lot like winter. Christmas around the corner. My our security. I woke up. I woke up this morning. Little background. Last night I watched a Hallmark Christmas movie, a '90s Christmas, which is kind of like it's part it's part time travel and it's part um what's the oh shit Christmas Carol, is that the ghosts of Christmas pasts, whatever. So it's kind of like it's not exactly like that. It's not it is a time travel movie, but it's kind of like that, a '90s Christmas. Basically, a woman gets transported back to high school, her back to 1999, which is great for me because I was in high school in 1999. Very nostalgic. Ernie is with us this morning. What's up, buddy? He had the zoomies this morning. But anyway, so I watched that last night. We get up this morning. Ernie was rearing to go this morning. We get up. I shut the alarm off, and the alarm reads now. I'm just waking up, and the alarm reads 12:20, like the date 12:24, this Christmas Eve, December. I'm like, is this a dream? Hey, get out of there. No, where's your bone, buddy? Where's your bone? And I'm like, December 24th. Is this a dream? Am I in a Hallmark Christmas movie? Is it actually Christmas Eve? Did I skip 12 days? No, it's just the alarm's off. So Ernie had little zoomies. You had some zoomies this morning, didn't you? Got your poop and pee in. So here we are. Here we are. It's cold as shit outside. I don't even know. I think the forecast was like below zero wind chills. It's cold. It is cold out there. We had some snow. We had a dusting of snow yesterday. So it's beginning to feel like and look like Christmas. I don't have anything to talk about this morning, so we're going to rely on the chat. Hey, speaking of the chat, this Saturday is the Couch People Christmas party. I have confirmed two live guests. Offbeat All-Stars, Brian will be coming over. East Coast Tom will be coming over. So Saturday night, there will be a link to the StreamYard. You can call in. This will be our third annual Couch People Christmas party. Basically, and both Tom and Brian were like, so like, what do I bring anything? Like what? And I'm like, oh, it's like an internet party. It's not like a Christmas party. It's more like a Zoom call. And we just happen to be here. So starts at about 7 Saturday night. Basically, if you haven't seen previous videos, you can look them up if you're bored. Couch People Christmas party. You can call in. We just hang out. It's basically a Zoom call talking about cards and anything else that comes to mind. It doesn't have to be about cards. It can be about movies, food, Casey's Taco Pizza, whatever. Doesn't matter. Dogs. Ernie will be here. So that's Saturday night. I'll be hitting up a card show Saturday during the day. I'm going to run down to the Janesville card show. Check that out. I don't have like a target goal in going to Janesville this weekend. I mean, I shouldn't say that. The target is always get good deals. I mean, that should be the target of any, if you're going as walking the floor as a buyer, should be, well, get some steals and deals at the card show. So obviously that's not always the case. So that's always the goal, but I'm looking to buy. I mean, if I wasn't looking to buy, I wouldn't be going, but I'm not just gonna, I'll waste a trip in half a day and come home with nothing. I'm not gonna push myself I'm not gonna force buy anything. So I'm gonna go down there. I was thinking about this yesterday. I'm like, the dealer who has that I bought a bunch from in Madison a couple weeks ago set up for the first time. He's where I've bought a bunch of great stuff from in Janesville. He usually sets up because he lives closer to Janesville, and I have his contact information now. So I'm like, wait, I'm not gonna wait until Janesville. Like let's make a deal so I can beat James to the punch. So I reached out to him and I said, hey, and he's a big Bowman guy. And, the last couple of years he's been buying, I don't know how many cases of Bowman Draft that he's bought over the last couple of years. So I'm like, oh, Bowman Draft just came out. I bet he's got a bunch of Bowman Draft to unload. So I emailed him and I'm like, hey, did you rip any Bowman Draft? And he's like, no, not yet. Did you? And I'm like, no, it's crazy expensive. I'm like, I was hoping to buy singles. I was hoping to get singles from you. And he's like, nope. He's like, I'm not going to be buying Bowman Draft for a while. So unfortunately, I assume I didn't even ask if he's going to be setting up, if he didn't rip any Bowman Draft. I just saw what he had 2 weeks ago and great stuff. It's been cherry picked now, but but I don't know, Steve, who I bought some stuff from last week in Kane County. I'm sure he'll be there. He's usually set up. But other than that, it's kind of a mishmash. And I won't be there early enough, so James always beats me. James beats the dealers. He's an early bird. So we'll see by the time I get there. I probably won't get there till I guess I'll get there by doors open, but there's usually people walking the floor at 7. So we'll see. So I don't have my intentions aren't like, oh, I've got to buy X amount of cards. That's really never my intention. It's, sometimes it's like, I'm not buying, but if the right deal falls in front of you, you got to buy. Like, that's why I always say you always be buying, always be buying. Does that necessarily mean you're going to be buying just to buy? No, it just means you got to always be looking, always be buying. Because if they're right, if you say, well, I'm not buying this weekend and the perfect scenario drops right in front of you, you got to be buying, always be buying. So that's my motto. Always. So yeah, what else is going on? Sad news. I learned that one of my dad's best friends, and actually father of one of my classmates and friends, passed away. I don't know what happened. I mean, we're getting to the point where our parents, I'm in my 40s now. My dad passed away a few years ago, and they're getting to that age. My dad was in his 70s, in his mid 70s, too young, but he had lifelong smoker, lung cancer. That happens. But we called him, and I forgot this nickname. His name was Gary, and my cousin texted me, and she's like, "Did you hear Goofy Gary died?" And I'm like, yeah, I heard that. And I'm like, Goofy Gary. I forgot we called him Goofy Gary. And I think the reason, because he was a goofball. He was a goofball. And one of how I picture Goofy Gary, my dad's friend Gary, who just passed away, there's a picture back in the day when you took pictures and you've got picture albums. In one of our picture albums, there's a photo with Goofy Gary. And he's got tampon. He was going through his wife's purse and pulled out tampons, and he had tampons in his ear, and he's got this goofy look on his face. So we always called him Goofy Gary. He lived with us for a short time. I think I don't know if he got divorced, something, but lived with us for just a month or two. And another memory of Goofy Gary, this would have been, and I looked, this actually did it just pop up in my memories? My Facebook, I think it just popped up in my Facebook memories fairly recently, which is ironic. And then this happens. But it was 2009. So I was still in radio, and I was back home, just random weekend back home. I don't think it was anything special because we ended up going to Gary. So his, in fact, the photo with the tampons, I don't know if they were married at that. They might have just been dating. So they dated, like, this woman and him dated like in the 80s, and then broke up, and then she got remarried. I don't think he ever remarried. She got married. And then I think her husband passed away, and then they ended up reuniting and ended up getting married in 2009. And I was home for the weekend, and my mom said something about, oh, Gary's bachelor party is tonight. And my dad, by this point, and really, like, I never knew my dad to be like, oh, let's go to the bar, let's go to the party. He was a home body. So my dad's like, that was my dad. I don't want to go to a bachelor party. So I'm like, let's go. Let's not just sit here and drink Busch Lights. Let's go to the bar and drink Busch Lights with your friend Goofy Gary. And so I was able to, and so this is a good memory because it was one of those times where I actually, my dad and I, had some father and son time away from the house. So that was a good memory. It just popped up recently in my Facebook memories. And that was for Gary's bachelor. And it wasn't like, I mean, when you're older, and even when, I got married in my mid 30s, by that point, a bachelor party, like, it's not shenanigans. Like, if you get married in your 20s, bachelor parties are pretty wild. But when by the time you get into your 30s, it's like, no, I'm good. Let's just go. My bachelor party was in Wrigleyville. I'm like, I don't even want to go to the game because I'll go to the game anytime. I just want to go bar hopping. And really, I think we only bar hopped. I think we went to like 3 bars. We went to, I think we started at Sluggers because I wanted to play Pop-A-Shot. And that's always one of my pregame stops. It used to be, and I don't really go there that much anymore, but Brick House. We hung out at Brick House like during parts of the game, and then, or most of the game. I think maybe Sluggers for the first couple innings, and then Brick House. And then post game, it was Cubby Bear, which was like kind of my in my more youthful days. It was Sluggers before the game, and then Cubby Bear post game. And now as I'm older, I change it up. And we were at the Cubby Bear, and it was a small group. There was like 7 of us, and we're just like, there's a bar, and it's a younger crowd, and we're just like, man, this ain't like it used to be. So there you go. So that's what's going on. What else did I watch last? I watched some random shit on TV yesterday. So I actually I'm in a good routine with just me and Ernie in the house this week. So I get up, and actually the wake up routine is the same. Like, I wake up and take Ernie out, but instead of putting him back in bed with my wife, he just hangs out upstairs. And yesterday was day 1, and I'm like, well, I'll just bring him down into the basement, and then he's just like runs upstairs, and he's good. Like, he'll just lay at the top of the stairs and wait for me. And so then I finish up, go upstairs, get Ernie, bring him downstairs, and he's just chilling down here. And then we'll go upstairs. I'll make my coffee, and we'll probably go outside again. Hopefully he eats a little breakfast. He did yesterday. He had a little bit of breakfast, and then we'll go see his puppy friends at doggy daycare. And then I get, I have the whole day and uninterrupted. and was able to get a lot of shipping done, caught up. Plus my volume is down over the last few days, so it's pretty easy to get caught up with my shipping. And then it got close to pickup time, and I took him early, because I'm in an earlier routine. My wife sleeps in, so usually Ernie's going to doggy daycare at 9:30, and so he's about an hour ahead of schedule. So I took him at 8:30 yesterday. So I didn't want to wait till, usually it's 9:30 to 5, or 9:30 to 4:30, 9:30 to 5. It's I don't want him to be there that long. So I picked him up at 4 yesterday. But before I went to pick him up, I wanted to, it's if I can get stuff, I don't need to be in the shipping room at night in the evening. So I take care of that stuff. But what can I do? Because I still want to work. I don't want to just, sit on the couch and watch TV. That's just not how I operate. So it's what can I do work related from my laptop on the couch? So I scanned a few hundred cards, and uploaded those to Car Dealer Pro. And then I can just, on the couch, I can go through and get them updated or, edited, and then upload to eBay. So I did put 100 auctions live last night. There's the link, 99centcards.com. So 100 new baseball auctions went live last night. We had a good amount of auctions end last night. And I've got more auctions ending tonight and Thursday and Friday and Saturday and Sunday and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we got nightly auctions running right now. I think tonight I'm going to do basketball, and then I may take the weekend off for auctions. I may skip. I've also got to keep an eye on the calendar with Christmas approaching. So I think I'm going to do basketball because I've got a stack of basketball ready to be scanned and uploaded for auction. Maybe do that tonight. Take Friday, Saturday off, and then I've got to look at the calendar to see because I don't want to have auctions end on the 24th, obviously the 25th, maybe even the 26th. So we're going to take a few days off when that time comes, which will be sometime next week, I guess. Are there going to be Tuesday night auctions coming up around Christmas? Because if I haven't looked this far in advance, let's see. Oh, shit. So Christmas Eve is a Tuesday. So we will not do, let's see. So we've got auctions ending Tuesday. We will not have auctions go live Tuesday night. So there will not be a Tuesday night auctions live stream on Christmas Eve because it's Christmas Eve. My mom will be in town, so no. So no Tuesday night auctions on December 24th. I don't know yet, and no, I'm not going to do auctions on New Year's Eve either. So we'll just avoid those. So we're going to take a couple weeks off of Tuesday night auctions with the holidays. So that's kind of the auction schedule. 99centcards.com also added some buy it now listings as well. On the buy it now side, when you buy 7 or more at regular price, you'll save 25% off at checkout. So you can take a look at, I think it was baseball. Yeah, baseball. It looks like I've got another stack that I still need to get uploaded. So my sales were, oh, by the way, before I get into the chat, I did sell the scanner. I had somebody offer me 200, and I think they offered $225. They were smart. Maybe they watched the show. They offered $225, and I send out 10% offers, just randomly, which would be $270. So their offer was $225. I'm like, that's a strong offer. But I countered because I love negotiating. So I countered at $260. I didn't want to counter back at $270 because I don't know if they got the offer or not, but I countered at $260. And I'm like, I'll take if it goes in this negotiation, I'll go to $250. But otherwise, they can buy 6 items and get 25% off, which puts it down to what, $230, $231, I think. So they countered back at 230. I countered back at 260. They countered back at 230. And I'm like, okay, so now we're just playing ping pong. So I declined it. And I'm like, okay, you're going to have to buy it at full price, get your 25% off. They did. But they didn't buy just 99-cent cards. They bought like $1.75, I think maybe even a $2 card. So I was able to squeeze a couple more bucks off that 25% deal. So the scanner did sell. It lasted 24 hours. If that, I'm trying to think of when I listed that. So that's a nice little boost to my December numbers. So that certainly helped my day yesterday. And even without that sale, I did just around average. I say not disappointing, but not good, not bad. Basically just average without that sale. Obviously a good little boost to my sale though, to my sales day. So this month, compared to last month, I'm down 22% on net sales, down 6.5% on volume. That's compared to last month. That's compared to the first 11 days in November. I'm really watching it like a hawk to compare it to the same period last year. Oh, wow. So yesterday December 11th, 2023 must have been a terrible day in sales because I am now up. I think I was down this same period. I was down like 4% yesterday. Now I'm up 18% on net sales. What a difference a day makes. Volume's up 36% over this period last year. So, and actually it's about, I'm trying to do the math here. I'm damn close to 50-50 on auction sales and fixed price sales. Fixed price has more than auction, but it's closer than usual. Now, let's do this year compared to the same period last year. I'm really trying to hit a number, and I just don't think I'm going to hit it. Well, it's going to be close. I guess I could extrapolate the numbers and see what I'm on pace. Let's see. Still, I'm right at pace. We'll see. But I'm up 43 over same period compared to last year. I'm up 43% in net sales, and I'm up 7.5% in volume. And then I think I can still do 2022. Oh wow, that's new. I don't have to put the dates in manually. So compared to 2022, just year to date compared to 2022, I'm up 35% net sales, up 27% in volume. So that's the type of growth that I want to see. That's the type of growth I want to see in my eBay sales, where even though my December is off to a rough start, at least I'm doing better than 2023 and 2022. What's up, buddy? Hey, where's your bone? All right, let's go to the chat. Peter's here. What's up? Good morning. Mr. Archer's in the house. What's happening? Good morning. Royals 417. Philly Joe's in the house. Good morning. Andy Mack is here. What's happening? Red Light says, hell yeah, it is negative 12 with the wind chill today in Indiana. Brr. That's cold. What do we got up here? We've got currently it's -1. Hey, we also have a -12 wind chill. So it's -1 right now with a -12 wind chill. Our high today is a balmy 12 above zero. David is here. Good morning. Orlando's in the house. What's happening? Peter says, what are some of your current Grail cards? Oh, man. I would say easily the Cap Anson, Allen and Ginter would be number one. Allen and Ginter Cap Anson is my Grail card. And then any other Cap Ansons, I guess, originals, Goodwin Champions, Old Judge, Mayo Cup plug. That's probably like there's not like that's the only like Cubs card. That's Cubs are my only, that's my only collection. I'm trying to think of like modern. Is there anything modern that I'm really, I'd like to complete the rainbow for Adon Sanchez. I've kind of like taken a step back and I haven't been paying close attention to what's out there, but I'm down to like for the Bowman, I'm down to like the superfractors and some of the reds. There's like 55 different colors. I think I'm at 48. But it's a year old product now, so they don't come up often. Let's just see newly listed Adon Sanchez. So yeah, a lot of the blues and fuchsias, purples. So basically what I need to do is not newly listed. I need to go highest first because it's the ones I need are going to be the highest priced. But nothing. No. There's a gold refractor PSA 10, but I've got gold refractor. There's an orange auto. I've got those. Orange shimmer auto, got that. Red vapor. Oh, wait, red vapor. Oh, fuck. I need this one. Red vapor 5/5. I am pretty sure I need that. Oh boy, let's add that to the watch list. It's a PSA 9. They don't have offers. It's at $100. That's actually a decent, the non-auto, which $100, but when you're chasing the rainbow. Christian says, live for the first time all week. What's up? Good morning. Card collectors here, top of the morning. He says, oh yeah, the feeling of Christmas is here because I want to buy cards. There you go. That's every day for me. I was shopping Facebook Marketplace yesterday and not really finding anything. Orlando says, cold this morning in South Florida, 55 degrees, chilly sweater weather. Yeah, that's cold. I mean, that's even I think 55 is cold. Now, 55 in December in Wisconsin is great. January, February, but it's still cold, but it's just relatively speaking. If it's 55 in Wisconsin on March 1st, I'm like, break out the shorts. It's warm. Let's grill out. And then I go to Arizona. If it's 55 in Arizona, it's like, fuck this. This is cold. Where's my hoodie? Deals and steals from the Bargain Boxer. He can't make it to the Christmas party. I'll be at a card show at 7 p.m. At 7 p.m. What card show will you be at 7 p.m. Saturday night? Card Collector says, I decided to skip Bowman. I'm sticking to Chrome. Kyle's in the house. What's happening? Bolo. BPC in the house. Dave Arnold. AA Cards is here. Good morning. Jody's here. What's happening? Dystemic. What's up? Week from today, I head to Mesa. Much warmer. Have fun in Mesa. I'll be there in, exactly 3 months. In exactly 3 months, I'll actually be about ready to leave. It'll be towards the end of my trip. March 4th through the 12th. Actually, no, today would be getaway day, 3 months from today. March 4th to the 12th is my trip to spring training. I'm getting really excited for spring training now. Winter meetings, man. The stove was hot yesterday. Lots of rumors going around. Kyle Tucker to the Cubs. Sounds like it could happen. Hopefully it does. Cubs need that bat. Scary thing is it's just 1 year of Kyle Tucker. But hey, the Cubs have the goods to make it happen. And I want to see it happen. So that was the Rule 5 draft was yesterday. So some new minor league guy. Actually, the Cubs took a major league guy, which I'm like, what? Gage Workman. Where's Christian's here? Gage Workman, Detroit Tigers former prospect, drafted by the Cubs in the Rule 5. We'll see if he sticks. It's kind of like the major league portion. It's like, he's probably not going to stick. Basically, if you're drafted in the major league portion of the Rule 5 draft, you have to be placed on the 25-man roster for like the entire season, which doesn't really often happen. But Gage Workman, probably one of those. I really loved his AA numbers. He had some great numbers at AA last year. When I was looking up, and of course I remember Gage Workman. He was a Bowman. He's whatever year it was. He's got Bowman first in a product that I've got a ton of cards of. But last year, AA Erie, are they the Seawolves? Gage Workman played in 126 games, 18 home runs, 18 home runs and 30 stolen bases. Like that's, I know it's AA, but AA is a good, like there's really good pitching at AA. I like to see these numbers at AA more so than AAA. So Gage Workman, 18 home runs, 30 stolen bases, also hit 29 doubles. He hit 280 batting average. His slash line was 280, 366, 476, and he had an 842 OPS. So Gage Workman put up some nice numbers at AA last year. So we'll see. Basically, it's going to be, he'll come to spring training. He'll battle it out with likely Miles Mastrobuoni. Who knows? He could be, he could be a bench guy, middle infield depth. He's not going to be a starter, but he can play multiple positions. I think he can play most. Looks like he played third base. He's a little older for a minor league guy at 25 years old. Where's fielding? So MILB has him as a third baseman. Let's see. Last year, some pretty good splits. So really good splits. So last year he spent 74 games at third base, 47 games at shortstop, and 5 games at second base. So he's versatile in the infield. So I like to see that. So, it'll be interesting, especially, Isaac Paredes has been rumored to be one of the returns in a Kyle Tucker trade to Houston. Cubs are already short at third base. So if that were to happen, you would need somebody at third base. Would Gage Workman be that guy? Kind of scary Rule 5 guy. But you need some of that depth. So Gage Workman, Cubs lost Richard Gallardo, which I was sad to see, but he's been in the organization for, like 10 years. They lost Angel Gonzalez. I saw him pitch down at Beloit last year when he was with South Bend. And then the Cubs drafted a couple minor league guys as well. Can't remember. Will Jensen from, I think Will Jensen was from the Detroit system. So the minor league guys in the minor league Rule 5 draft, it's just, there's like no, you're just done. Like it's basically like a draft. Like you are now property of the Chicago Cubs. Major league portion, that's different, where they have to stay on the roster. It's you pay, I think it's is it $100,000? So they pay $100,000, draft, Gage Workman. He's got to stick on the roster. Otherwise, you basically sell them back to the team for like half price. So you basically rented them for spring training or however long it is. Where are we at? Card Collector says, what's the most valuable auto you own that's not up for trade or sale? I have a few autos. I have about 10,000 autos. The most valuable, I'm a quantity guy. The most valuable, it's probably in the showcase. I don't know. None of my autos are probably not in my showcase now that I think about it. I don't think it would be a baseball. I've got big like Billy Williams and Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo, Sandberg, Dawson, Grace, those guys. What's up, buddy? It's probably some Bowman color auto. I don't know. I don't know. I did pay. I'm trying to think of what I paid. Now, the most I paid for, I can tell you that. I paid, I think, $450 for the Chris Bryant first chrome auto that's in my showcase, and it's now worth about $100. I paid $200 for the Aflac auto, which is probably, it might be $150. It hasn't dropped that much. Let's see. I paid $100 for the Ron Santo booklet auto. So yeah, those are some, and I probably have, I've got a bunch of Bowman Chrome autos that are just, actually those binders behind me. These are all autos. Most of these are like spring training autos, but they're in a binder. There's probably not much value. In the back here, I've got some, yeah, nothing big, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. What else? I can't wait for pull a Max Fried Yankee card. Maybe an auto. Max Fried getting paid. Scott Jonas, what's up? Where does Red Light 34 live in Indiana? I'm close to Indianapolis. I will let him answer that. Red Light 34, where are you at in Indiana? Mikey's in Indiana also. Bargain Boxer, I don't think he's in the chat though. Bargain Boxer says it's a balmy 13 degrees in Illinois right now. Let's go. Dystemic says March 19th through the 28th is my spring training trip. Now, typically that would fall pretty close to, usually I would go like March. I can tell you exactly. I think it was March 12th to the 19th was my initial. I can tell you exactly. My initial plan was March 11th through the 19th. However, the Cubs are in Japan, and that throws off the Cubs spring training set. So the Cubs are, I think the Cubs leave for Japan like March 13th or 14th, and then their games are like the 18th and 19th. So it's like, oh shit, I'm not going to go during that time because I'd just be watching Cubs minor league games. So that's why I pushed my trip up March 4th through the 12th, spring training 2025. Card Collector says, weird because I heard Kyle Tucker to the Yankees, and we are also trying to get Bellinger, but the Cubs want us to pay out that contract. Very smart Cubs business move, but I'm not sure my team wants to. So yeah, so basically the Yankees and Cubs are the favorites. If there were a Kyle Tucker trade, the Cubs have more to offer, both from major league talent that they can trade off, as well as minor league prospects. I think the trouble with any Cody Bellinger trade is the Cubs obviously want to move that money off the books, but teams aren't going to take that on. So one of the biggest rumor yesterday with Kyle Tucker was Isaac Paredes and Seiya Suzuki to the Houston Astros for Kyle Tucker, and then a prospect in, I think, Cam Smith, which I wouldn't want to give up Cam Smith for 1 year of Kyle Tucker. Now, if we could guarantee an extension for Kyle Tucker, I'd be happy to give up Cam Smith, but I'm not willing to give up all that for 1 year of Kyle Tucker. I'd be willing. I'd do Paredes and Seiya Suzuki. The problem is you get Kyle Tucker. So here's the problem with trading off or not trading off Seiya Suzuki and also Bellinger. So basically right now you have 4 outfielders, 4 positions, including DH. You get Kyle Tucker. Now you've got a 5th guy for 4 positions. You've got Ian Happ locked in at left field, Pete Crow Armstrong locked in center, and then you'd have Kyle Tucker as your right fielder. Cody Bellinger would move to platoon of first base with Michael Busch, but you probably want Busch being there most of the time, and then DH. And then Seiya Suzuki is not a good right fielder. He's terrible defensively. He would be your DH. So you basically kind of got to find this rotation. Just doesn't work. You've got to get rid of somebody. So that's why I'd be willing to give that up. If that were to happen, the Cubs actually save by getting Kyle Tucker on their 2025 books by trading Paredes and Suzuki for Kyle Tucker. The Cubs actually would save in 2025, 8.5 million. The Cubs are trying to shed payroll because, and whether you like it or not, it's reality. The Cubs are not going to spend like the Yankees and Dodgers. Do they have the money? Yeah, they sure do. Are they going to spend it? No, they're going to stay right around that luxury tax threshold. So we just got to accept that. So it helps to save money where you can save it. And then I think any trade of Cody Bellinger, the Cubs are going to have to eat something. I think he's owed in 2025 like $27.5 million. Oof. Sounds good after his 2023 season, not so much after his 2024 season. So that's the problem with that contract. And then after 2020, 2026, the Cubs can spend, like, based on what we know they will spend money on. They can go spend a ton of money on Kyle Tucker or Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who's going to be a free agent next year. Michael Renicky, what's happening? Good morning. Dystemic says Twins didn't lose the bigger prospects they left unprotected. Well, that's good. Who did I didn't follow, and usually I do follow it a little bit more. I didn't follow it very closely. Alex Kimbrough, what's going on? Your Trout. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I guess my Mike Trout, first Bowman Chrome blue refractor autograph. I guess that's the most valuable. I forgot about that one. Yeah. Forgot about that. I was thinking my collection. Like that's for sale. Yeah, so that's the most valuable. Card Collector says, got Jordan. I do not have any Jordans. I have Jordan cards, no autos. The only thing, like anything like that, man, I'm selling that right. If I were to attain a Jordan rookie or a Jordan autograph, man, that's up for sale faster than I can blink. Cooter says, definitely the Rich Klein auto is your most valuable. There you go, the Rich Klein auto. Dairyland Picker says, Trout auto from Goodwill. Yeah, and I forgot about that. Your most valuable auto is Mike Trout. Everybody's yelling like, oh, yeah, I forgot about Mike Trout. Bargain Boxer says, I'm 2 hours from Indy. Jody says it's 45 in Tampa. Ernie's over here getting antsy. Come here, buddy. Come here. He's like, fuck you. Max says, I'd give up Cam if Tucker came with the garbage can. Card Collector says, Yankee Stadium is built for a batter like Kyle Tucker. It all depends on what the Astros want, because the Yankees seem like they're willing to spend the money now that the Mets took Soto. Well, it's not a thing about money. It's about what you can trade. He's going to hit free agency. That came out yesterday. Like, he's not looking for an extension. If he signs with a team, he's not going to sign an extension. He's hitting the free market. So every team will have a chance at the end of next season. Brian says, what can we get for trading Boog? Man, nothing. Can we just dump him? Can we just dump him? Red Lights in Kokomo. Great song. Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I want to take you to Bermuda, Bahamas. Come on, pretty mama. Scott Jonas lives in, is it Lebanon? I guess, how else would you pronounce it? I don't know, but in Illinois, you pronounce like weird. It's like, oh, well, duh, that's Marseille, or that's Milan. No, it's Milan and Marseilles, or Cairo. Is it Lebanon, Indiana? Lebanon. It's got to be Lebanon. But it wouldn't surprise me if it's pronounced like Lebanon. Lebanon. Red Light says, is that south of Indy? There you go. Little Indiana geography this morning. So that's about all I had for today. Today's Thursday. Hey, tomorrow's Friday. Free for all Friday. We'll play Name That Player. Saturday, even though I am going to the Janesville Card Show, I think I will still go live. Saturday morning, we'll go live. We'll go live because I don't want to take Ernie. We'll go live at 7. Lebanon is north of Indy. So yeah, we'll go live about 7 o'clock Saturday morning, 7 a.m. Saturday morning. and 7 o'clock Saturday morning. I'm just doing the mental math in my head, and then do that for an hour. 8 o'clock, drop off Ernie. That gets me 9:30 in Janesville. Yeah, that works. So if I get on here at 7. Card Collector says, how much do y'all want for Imanaga? Shota. That's probably, it's probably, I don't know if it's as valuable now, but at one time I could have sold my Shota auto for about $200. He signed in kanji on a Japanese card that I got at spring training, and he's a tough auto to get. And I'm regretting it's in silver Sharpie and it just, or silver paint pen, and it just doesn't pop. It's like, damn, I should have used blue. But that's a nice auto. But it's like an in-person auto where it's more valuable to me from the memory than it is monetary. And the card was given to me by Ethan Roberts, Cubs pitcher. And when Shota's kanji autos were selling for so high at the time, I'm sure they'd come down because he's signing more in kanji. But Ethan's like, dude, sell it. And I'm like, you gave me the card. He's like, I'll give you another one. I'm like, oh, all right. Well, it's funny. The memory is better than the $200. Let's see. Card Collector says, no, I mean, how much do the Dubs want to trade him to the Cubs? I don't think Shota's trade. I don't think the Cubs want to trade Shota. Cubs don't want to trade Shota, and they shouldn't, because he's, one of their top starting pitchers. If anything, the Cubs need another starting pitcher right now. They've got basically, I mean, you can never have enough starting pitchers going into a season. So the Cubs have Shota, Steele, J-Mo, Matthew Boyd, and Javier Assad. Did I miss any? I think that's the 5. And that's, once you get to the back end there with Boyd and Assad, it's like, ooh, that's where you want to have, I would be comfortable with the Cubs getting another starting pitcher, but that's going to come through trade. The starting pitcher market is crazy money right now. And the Cubs just don't have that money within their budget. We know what their budget is, like it or not. So I think any trade for a starting pitcher for the Cubs is going to come through trade, or, try to get Roki Sasaki. That's not a money thing. That's a cheap get. You've got to win him over. I'd love that. I'd love to get Roki Sasaki in the rotation, but I just don't think that's happening for the Cubs. Just don't think Roki's coming to the Chicago Cubs. Merle says, it's funny you talking about funny sounding Illinois names when you're in Wisconsin. It's different. So the funny sounding Wisconsin names are Native American, which we have a lot of those in Illinois also. Waukesha, Ashwaubenon, like those are all Native American names. Illinois, it's just mispronounced names, like Cairo, which is spelled Cairo. Milan, which is Milan in Illinois. Orion. Marseilles is spelled like Marseille. And these are named after because in Cairo, Illinois, the very southern tip of Illinois, it's known as Little Egypt. I don't know if it's because Cairo or, so they're all spelled like San Jose, Illinois. You would think, San Jose, Joes. No, it's San Jose, but it's San Jose in Illinois. Just let me finish up, buddy. We'll go outside. Just chill. You got your poop and pee in already. He's just antsy. So that's the difference. That's the difference. Just funny sounding, mispronounced names in Illinois, where the funny sounding names in Wisconsin are just Native American. All right. So that's what I had for today. Ernie's getting antsy. He had Zoomies this morning, and you probably want to go see your friends, don't you? It's 8 o'clock. I'm going to make my coffee. Maybe you can have some breakfast, and then we'll go see puppies. What do you think? So yeah, let's go. I'm ready. All right. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Hit up my eBay store, 99centcards.com. I did add some new inventory to the Buy It Now section, so check those out. Buy 7 or more. At regular price, save 25% off at checkout. That's on Buy It Now items only. I've got auctions ending tonight, so make sure to check those out. We had over 100 auctions start last night, so make sure to check out the newest additions to the auctions. We're just about ready. So check out all the auctions as well. Get those bids in now so you don't forget and then realize tomorrow morning, like, oh shit, I forgot those auctions ended last night. So just get a little placeholder bid in there. A little 99-cent bid won't hurt you. All right. I'm going to wrap things up. Ernie's antsy. I'm antsy. I need my coffee. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.